Tyler Linderbaum, 38 plays of him. Is he an option? I don't think so at 4. I think more so he's more so an option at more so at 10. Now the question with him is he worth it to – you're not going to get rid of McGovern. I severely doubt they're going to get rid of McGovern and let's say sign a guard in free agency, let's say, and then they draft Linderbaum and then they cut McGovern. My problem with that is, one, you're adding youth onto the line, which again, considering Becton's really going into like year 3, but year 2, AVT year 2, Linderbaum year 1, a new guard at right guard, and Fan has experience, but like that's a lot of newness on the line, a lot of inexperience together, and inexperience in the NFL. That's a lot of movement. So my real thing with Linderbaum when considering him is he worth it at 10 to take him at 10, put him at center, and move McGovern to guard? Because Linderbaum's not playing guard. He's just not. He's a center-only prospect to me. Or would you rather just draft the Kenyon Green, who maybe we review at 10, Or do you take a Sauce Gardner, a Drake London, an Ojaba, a Lloyd? It's an interesting conversation. So let's get into his film and let's discuss a little bit. 6'3", 290. I watched Penn State, Purdue, Wisconsin. Receivers, corners, I watched 4 or 5 games. And again, once I get drafted, let's say we do draft Tyler Linderbaum, you're getting the rest of the 5-6 games I didn't watch. I'll do every single game of the guys we draft. But unfortunately, to do 10 games of a guy and then them not get drafted, I'm wasting a lot of time when I learn what I need to know in 3-4 games. That's how I feel. Corners, receivers, safeties, I'll watch 4 or 5 because you need a little bit more there because they're not as involved in every play as obviously a center will be. So, let's get into it. And at the end of it, I'll give a list of strengths and weaknesses of a Tyler Linderbaum, which it's again, I don't think he's some slam dunk can't miss prospect like some people are hyping up to be. But again, every guy who's coming out is the next best guy. The receivers are the next best receiver, the center's next best center, the edge rusher's the next best edge rusher. Like that's how it is because people are prisoners of the moment. But let's watch some Linderbaum. Some of his film is really exciting. I like him. I don't love him. Let me just organize this now. I had some fuzz on my screen. Okay, I'll organize after this play because it's already up. This one starts quick as fuck. Okay. Let me play it first, and you guys can watch. He's in center, obviously. I hope I don't have to point out the center every single play to you. The only time I might have to point out a center if it's like a tackle over set and you think he's a guard, but once he snaps the ball, it should be pretty clear. So center. The one thing I do like about this is, and this is kind of what Benton deploys in his system, is it's a lot of like straight line blocking and taking guys to where they're going, not trying to get in front of them. Now it's different in different situations. Inside zone versus a one tech who is expanding, okay, that's fine. In outside zone versus a one tech who's expanding, you're gonna have to reach him. You know what I'm saying? Like there's different situations, but typically if you're near the aiming point of the running back, take them to where they're going. Don't try to get in front of them. Here, obviously, they're running a Mike zone, Mike inside zone, just blocking up everybody but the Mike, leading to the Mike, so he doesn't have to get in front of him here. Zone block, zone step right there, almost acts like it's a brace step. Good, relatively good leverage. Left hand lands into the chest. And just run him to where he wants to go. Good job defining the gap. Don't try to get in front of him. Take him out of that gap. Look how big that hole is. Now, does he get assisted by the D tackle stepping with the offensive line? Kind of trying to stay with the play. Yeah, sure, but good hand placement and running his feet also helps. Moving on. Now, let me get rid of that screen. I always hate that screen. You guys can't see it. I can see it. All right. Move that around. Do that. All right. We're here. And boom. Boom. Cool. All right. I'm excited. Today is what? I always tell you guys the date because you guys are going to watch this in so many days. February 17th. Warm outside. It's like 50. Good running day. I like when it starts to get nice. Like people are like, who cares? I like when it gets nicer out, but the problem is when it gets nicer out, my job gets busier. So I like the cold, but like March when it's nice, February, okay, we're talking. Center, obviously, balance. This is something you'll see. Like and this comes from a wrestling background. Like the core strength, his ability to stay balanced when he's not balanced or regain balance when he comes off balance is very, very good. And his grip strength is very, very good as well. Here, again, zone. The one thing that I will say with him is, and obviously in some situations it's a little bit hard, but in the NFL, he's going to have to learn how to scooch technique, which we've talked about before, scooch technique. I'll highlight it later if he does it. If not, then pretty much it's just two lateral steps to move back a little bit. And it's from that whole family of lose to gain. There are times where he has one text and he's crossing his feet. NFL, you get caught with your feet crossed with an immediate threat. Sketchy game to be playing. It is. So there is a little bit of feet crossing. At times, you're going to have to do it when you have to gain a lot of ground on a 3-tech, on a 2-eye maybe, loose one, whatever you want to call it. It's going to be a little bit hard to scooch. And you're going to have to cross your feet to gain that ground. But again, systems, different alignments mean different footwork. Different plays mean different footwork. Here, he does cross his feet, opens up the bucket step, open. And again, now they're running a lead outside zone. So he wants to get in front of this guy. If not get in front of him, at least vertically displace him. Combo obviously pushes him to that side. But again, inside zone different. If this was inside zone, he's not gonna get in front of this guy. He's just gonna try to push him. But now he's gonna try to work him upfield, or again, get that positional leverage, play side leverage that he wants. Again, good job turning into him. You see him turning his hips into him. Working off the instep of the back foot right there. Hands inside, leverage. And now again, okay, at this point, his tackle, his guard gets stood up. He trips. Is that his fault? Absolutely not. But his ability to regain his balance here, are obviously off balance with both his legs not being under him because he trips, his legs hit, and now the combo coming. Now his body's all out of whack. But his ability to maintain his grip right there and continue to run his guy, regain his balance is excellent. Watch again. Excellent. Drive into the turf. Hand bull rush. Okay. Center, obviously. There are times where he walks back into it and he can get into it because he's athletic. Again, typically you do want to see guys either really big backward steps or lunge into it, because then you really set it in. When guys walk back, typically they're not really fully able to get underneath of themselves. The more athletic you are, the more you have flexibility to walk back into it. But there are times I want to see him hop or hop into his anchor here. Hand. Hands are just the quickness of his hands, and the centers with guys with there's like bare front right here with guys right over top of them. Zero tech. It's really, you're going to get splashed sometimes, because think about it. You have to snap the ball as you're snapping the ball. He's coming off the ball, so you have to snap, get up. It's a lot harder than it is for a guard, for a tackle. Like that's why centers need to be they need to be quick. Typically guys aren't heads up on them, so you're going to see them be a little bit smaller. They have to move a little bit more than guards. Guards have to deal with guys more one-on-one blocks, and that's why guards need to have a little bit more size than the center, typically. But with this play, the fact that he can snap, boom, get hands up, snap, widen his base, good job, insteps, hands inside, and initially his left hand doesn't, I guess, land exactly where he wants. You can't see exactly what's happening, but I'd like to see that his left hand is resetting, alternating. You don't ever want to take both hands off at the same time, because then you're excuse my French, but you're fucked. You want to alternate hands and you want to continue to reset your hands, unless you have, obviously, if you're going to get that chest plate and kind of latch and screw it, like we talk about tight elbows. Okay, you don't want to really release that, but until you have that position, just keep alternating to get there. So initially, hands inside, resets the left hand, and now you're going to see him tighter elbows, hands low. Looks like they're relatively inside. The right hand definitely is. I can't tell where the left exactly is. Maybe like towards the bicep. That's okay. walk backs into his anchor, into his bridge. Actually, he gets anchored a bridge. Now that's a powerful position for him to be in. Stands his guy up. Quarterback is able to scramble and get out of there. But again, good job versus bull rush with the guy heads up right over you like that. Really, really quick hands. Reach. Here, center. He's going to reach the 3 tech, I believe, on this play. Yeah. Again, obviously you're seeing short area explosion, obviously. And with that, again, this is not an easy position to be in. To reach a 3 tech is not easy. Again, bucket step. Why? Open up those hips. Got to open up those hips. If your foot's not going to open, your hips aren't going to be able to come through. It's going to be really clunky. Open up. Lose to gain. Do you see how he doesn't just go on a straight angle? You can't go on a straight angle here because if you go on a straight angle, he's going to have that positional leverage if he steps upfield. So you kind of have to scoop him out, scoop him, cheat to overtake. Good job by the guard popping up that outside shoulder, letting him get there. But he gets his left hand on, works that positional leverage. As he gets that positional leverage, he's gonna turn that right hand inside, run him upfield. Right hand lands somewhere inside, it gets deflected right there. Again, reset it. Work him up the field. Gets in front of him, creates a lane. Like for the movement right here and the technique, the hands right here is really, really good. Again, get that left hand on. You want to obviously have that contact. And if he is to kind of turn into him right here too early, he's going to lose that positional leverage or positional game. So good job getting in front of him, then turning, then working into him off the instep of the right foot. Watch the right foot, turn into him. Again, if you can't stonewall him inside, at least create that vertical displacement. And he does a mixture of both. Positional leverage and vertical displacement creates a lane on a 3 tech. That's not an easy play to make. It's a really good play. Splashed. Okay. Center. I'm gonna say every time anyway because it's just natural. But here, and there are times where his hand comes a little bit wide. You don't want to have both hands.